Hello, Squid and Octo kids! Welcome to It's a Splat Theory. I'm your host, Kat, and today's video is about the weather in Splatoon. If it's any different from the weather we have now, and how inklings might deal with rain. So let's super jump right into it. Right off the bat, I want to talk about the weather we actually see in the game, and the weather that's in the main parts of the game. And that weather is sunny. Sometimes there are a few clouds, but we never get any real weather variation. The only sort of change we get is in Alterna, but the snow there isn't even real. Speaking of that, we will need to circle back to that point, so keep it in mind. But there are a couple things that can tell us how the weather is in the Splatoon universe. One is Sunken Scroll 2 from Splatoon 3. Which talks about a great flood, and this one happened in the time of the modern day inklings. And the floods are typically caused when it rains for a long period of time, and would be near impossible for any flooding to occur if it didn't rain at all or only rained very rarely. Another thing on that note is that in the Splatoon universe, the sea levels are much higher, since the world basically flooding was one of the main reasons humans went extinct. So there might be an even more amount of rain than average in that universe. There's also the fact of snow in Alterna. Though it is not real snow, like we have discussed, the agents comment on the fact that it isn't, which means they know and have seen real snow before. And there's also some official Splatoon art that shows snow, which means the weather does change and shift. This is a little off topic, but still close, and I believe that it could be interesting, is that the seasons are also the same in Splatoon. Since we have the seasons of stuff in Splatoon, like Sizzle Season and some seasonal art. So now that we've sorted that out, the next thing we need to talk about is how inklings and octolings deal with rain, when it is commonly believed that water kills them. As you can probably tell, I have my own thoughts on this, which I have actually already made a video for. But so you don't have to go and watch that one to understand this video, which after this one is over, you should still go and watch. I'm going to explain one of the big points and why I don't think water is actually lethal to inklings. You see, there is one large piece of proof. And that comes from the Splatoon 2 art book. It says that the tattoo Callie got when she was brainwashed in Octo Canyon is actually a temporary tattoo, and could be removed with warm water. So that means water can't just be totally lethal to them. It wouldn't make any sense. But in the case it is, or at least harms them, and it rains, they probably just use umbrellas or stay inside and don't do any turf wars. And Inkopolis in the Splatlands might just be a drier climate, and it might just not rain there that often. Now, you may ask, with all that, then why we haven't seen real weather changes in Splatoon? And that's why I think Splatoon is mostly the events happen in summer and all that, although that whole thing is a theory for another day. That's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, super jump over to that like button, splat the subscribe, and ring the notification bell. And as always, stay fresh, stay off the hook, stay cool, and catch you later, Squid and Octo kids.